Hello, good evening once again. Dr. Alalade here at AsktheGynaecologist. Tonight is a wonderful one, and I'm just about to start my discussion today. I know it's probably about, let's say, 10 o'clock already in Nigerian time. It's 9 p.m. here in the United Kingdom, and I should have been on a while ago, but calls kept coming in, and sometimes we have to answer calls for our ATG members. So it's been a busy day, busy weekend. It's been almost a week or so that I came online. Over the weekend, I was away. I was traveling. I was in transit, and I couldn't really do live discussion. So apologies for that. Sometimes duty and family calls, and you cannot be online at some certain time. So for that, I want to say apologies for that, but it's not intentional. It's just the way it is. And once again, I want to say my name is Dr. Alalade, one of your admins at Ask the Gynaecologist, and it's my pleasure to be your host tonight to talk about gynecological things. And today we'll be talking about abdominal pain in pregnancy. So if you're free, join me and let's start the discussion. We are on live on Instagram. We are also recording for YouTube publication, and we're also live here on Facebook. So I'm sure you can see me all loud and clear. Definitely, you probably are asleep now. You can't watch me now. If so, whenever you're on, I'm sure you'll see me, and then we start talking. This weekend coming is our seminar. It's a free seminar again this month, and we're going to talk about how Clomid and letrozole works. It's going to be on Sunday, 9 p.m. So make sure that you're already subscribed to the page. So today, talk about issues that can cause abdominal pain in pregnancy. It's not really a hot topic, but definitely if you're pregnant, then these are the things you want to know. Doctor, I'm having pain. What can I do? We've been doing amazing at the AsktheGynaecologist Center. We launched the promo for the Christmas period, started November 1st, and people have started taking advantage of this promo. They've registered and they're on their way to pregnancy. Our last batch of IVF clients at the AsktheGynaecologist Center were all pregnant. 5 of them all got pregnant, and to God be the glory. It was a difficult time, very challenging. We took some desperate measures to ensure success, and by the grace of God, God crowned our efforts. So people are getting pregnant, and I'm very happy. I still remember when I came up with the idea of having an AsktheGynaecologist Center. It was like a joke. I still remember when we used to send people for IVF at different hospitals, and the reason why I came up with the idea of AsktheGynaecologist Center was because whenever we send clients for IVF at different hospitals, we don't get feedbacks from the hospitals. We don't get feedback from the specialists. It's not their fault entirely. Sometimes they could be very busy. I understand, but regardless, there's no way I'm going to send someone for IVF. It didn't work out well, and they cannot get feedback from me after they've gone to see that person. So, and because we can't get through, we're trying our best. We have to come up with a solution. And that solution was to start our own AsktheGynaecologist Center. And at this AsktheGynaecologist Center, we have control over things happening there. So, there's Dr. Chioma there that I always liaise with. There's Dr. Babajide, and I always liaise with him to know what's going on about our clients. So, welcome once again tonight, Ogechukwu Okoli Odugo, Debbie Peter, Sharon Onyenye, Mary Oli. We have Ayobami Alalade, one of my senior colleagues in medical school. He's a wonderful guy. He's doing amazing and fantastic in Lagos. Thank you so much, my Oga, for being here. Dr. Ayobami Alalade, Cynthia Erabo, Linda Njoku, Temilola Oluwatoyin, Esther Jennifer, Enoch Bakre, Michelle Eribwem, Egbed Balia. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name well. Apologies for that. Sometimes names are a bit mind juggling and mind and jaw breaking. But they're beautiful names, wonderful names. Thank you guys for coming up live to listen to me tonight. Temilola Oluwatoyin, Queen Jennifer, thank you so much. If I've missed your name, apologies for that. It's not intentional. It's just sometimes slip of tongue. Excuse me. And everybody watching me on Instagram, apologies. On Instagram, the names are like acronyms. It's difficult to pronounce, but I want to say I can see you all. Tolu Oluwatoyin Omo, Mbaye, Intokaze, Lion 2000, and so many names on Instagram, beautiful names, wonderful ladies. I can't pronounce it all. Yeah. So now tonight I'll be talking about pregnancy. Pregnancy is a time which every woman must understand. One, that you can never go through pregnancy and you'll be the same again. You must appreciate that fact that once you've gone through pregnancy, okay, you come out you enter at one end, you come out at the other end, you can never be the same again. Your body is going to change totally. During pregnancy, there's a whole process going on in your body. It's a physiological process. We call it that way because it's a normal process of change. And by the time you finish pregnancy, you have that baby, your body, your mentality, spirit, soul, and body can never be the same again. So let us, first of all, enter into our body. And number two, no woman will pregnant one time, pregnant second time, and these two pregnancies will be the same. The experiences you're going to have in each pregnancy you have, if you have more than one or two or three, can never be the same. It's going to be different. I can tell you categorically, if you see a woman in the first pregnancy, you ask them how the second pregnancy is going, they'll say it's entirely different. Different from the conception, different from the baby's movement while the baby is still in the womb, in utero, difference at the delivery, different thing during upbringing. You have two daughters, one daughter is very, very talkative, the other one is very conservative. It's like that. The same thing too, boy or girl, boy and boy. One is different from the other. No two pregnancies are the same. They are always different in the way they happen, different antenatal care, difference in delivery. Everything is different. And number three, because your mom had quick labor does not mean you're going to have quick labor. No. Everything is different. These are separate human beings. You must acknowledge and appreciate that fact, okay? Pregnancy is different in A compared to pregnancy in B. Number two, during pregnancy, you must understand that babies are designed to grow big. They keep on growing. Babies are like what we call a benign growth. It's a normal growth, but they develop actively. Imagine a sperm egg come together, they produce one baby or two baby or three babies, and those babies are dividing, becoming bigger every second. There's a massive nuclear reaction going on in any pregnant woman, and all of a sudden, after 9 months, two sperm and egg, they become a total, complete, different human being. What is high goes to high socket. You can't find the high in the bum. You can't find the mouth in the armpit. Everything goes accordingly to where they're supposed to go. They go with their correct GPS and their position. They're like a factory. So let me tell you something. I don't know what they call God, but God is somewhere. And I don't know what that God looks like. I don't have to know. I don't want to know, but I know that there's a God somewhere. You can't put two things together, two cells, and all of a sudden they go on their own without anybody telling them what to do, and a total, complete human being, organism, complete, and pops out with his or her own mind, ready to become adult at some point. So that is a testament that there's somebody in charge. You can't put a apple seed on the floor and you see a seed of beans. You put beans, you get beans. So what we sow, we reap. So that is a testament to the fact that there's some sort of power behind these things. And let me tell you something. As your baby gets bigger, your womb is definitely going to get bigger. As the womb gets bigger, there will be some sort of discomfort. You see, pain comes with gain. Sweet comes with sweat. You can't be pregnant and you expect it all to be all fun. I've seen people, they are pregnant in this pregnancy, there's no stretch mark, there's no problem. They get pregnant again a year or two down the line, it's all different, they are depressed and they are unhappy. Pregnancy can take different turn for anybody. You see, during pregnancy, a woman needs care, support, acknowledgement. That is why it's very, very essential as men that we learn to understand that women during pregnancy are not themselves, physically, emotionally. They are bringing forth a human being. They are bringing forth a separate entity. So therefore, men, if you're a man and you are in a woman's life, you need to support them during pregnancy, to be there for them. Sometimes they can't move well. They are see, a woman pregnant, that's whatever, do any stage of pregnancy, it comes with its own challenge. In the first few weeks, she's vomiting like anywhere. She's puking anywhere. In the next few months again, she drinks water, her bladder is full. She's peeing every second. In the next few months again, her body is aching. There's no good sleeping position. Left is not good. Right is not good. Back is not good. Nothing works. She's angry. She's tired. Imagine if she has other toddlers around that she has to look after. And some men too, their babies too at home plus one. It becomes headache for the woman. So that is why every man that stands in that position, every woman in any woman's life, if you see that woman pregnant, you need to support them. Even I myself, I'm not a saint in that regard. I've failed before in some regard, but every day we learn. I'm still learning these things. So, but what I'm saying is that nobody is perfect. No man is perfect. As a woman too, if you see that man is not deficient, is deficient in that area, try to let him know what you're going through and ask for help. Some men need to know what you need, so speak to them. Men are not holy ghosts. They are not spirits. They are just human beings like you. They are sometimes, they have faults too. Let the man know. Some men are stubborn. They don't want to hear, I know. But still, let them know what you need. And as a man too, you need to understand and pick up some vibes. Sometimes our women want us to be able to understand what they need, what they are thinking, even without us speaking. So that it makes it harder to be a man, because you have to decipher some codes that you don't even know. You have to be able to read some body language that you don't even understand. So it must come along. You have to guide. Now, let's go back to what causes pain as a woman during pregnancy. Now, imagine the womb. The womb is like a box. Let me get a box here. Now, let us use this womb itself. I have this womb structure here that I use all the time when I talk. The womb is like a box, okay? Imagine that your room you are occupying now. It has 4 ends, like a cube, okay? 4 ends. 2 ends in the front, 2 ends at the back. So that is your womb. It's like a box. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these two parts in the front, 2 parts at the back. Okay, so there's a ligament here, 1 ligament here, 2 ligaments here that hold the womb. Okay, in your groin. Okay, those 2 ligaments, they come out in your groin. Your groin is that part on the two sides of your vagina exit. That's your groin. And another 2 ligaments holding the womb at the back, like this to the backbone. So as the womb gets bigger in pregnancy, those 4 ligaments are stretched out and they can be uncomfortable. So if you're a woman, you're always carrying load all the time, you're always walking up and about all the time, when it's time for you to sleep in the bed at night, those 4 ligaments are stretched out, they've been stressed and stretched. You're about to sleep at night, that is when the pains now start coming, because it's at night when you're about to sleep. It's at night when you're about to sit down. It's at night when you're about to sleep. At night when you're about to eat, when you're about to rest and watch TV. That's when you start to pay attention to your body, and the pain becomes real. The pain becomes intense. The pain becomes uncomfortable, and you are angry and you are vexed up. Hello, I'm Abella's Place, Pauline Okeke, Rachel Rignan, Yalene, Ode, Linus, Philomena, Solomon Blessing, Gloria FM Okwe. We have Judith Shegemi, Gabriel, Gracie Doko, Gloria Ukpo, Teresa Onwandikwa, Julie Chuku, Michael Trust, Queen Onwe Chulam, Busayo Daniel Sholemekun, Ahmad Joriche Tosan. Thank you guys for coming up tonight. We are here today talking about abdominal pain in pregnancy. Listen, let's talk together. I know people are watching it already on Instagram. I'll answer your questions shortly after this discussion. So hold on there and let's flow together. 1 second. So it's winter now. So that's number 1. The stretching of those ligaments. Those ligaments will be stretched out all day. They've been stressed, they've been stretched, and you have pain at the end of the day when you're about to go to sleep. So that is why you need to pace yourself well all through pregnancy. Don't avoid all those walking up and down. Avoid all those heavy pounding of yam. There are many ways you can find help. Get help. In Africa, people are lucky. People are always around you. Or good evening, Okoye Chioma. Good evening, Lydian Ibelebu Eziebile. Ewuno Barry James and Chidima and Kederim Ebuka. I can't pronounce all the names. I can't see all the names, but I can see you all. I can feel you. I can share you, and I can understand you. I love you all. Let's keep talking. Jenny Ray and Olajide Ifeoma Antonia. On Instagram, many names are here, but I can't pronounce all the acronym. Names in Instagram are very acronym. Yeah, J1 Ultimate. Canada is high scored. I know that. Miracle Chiamaka Tenu Kate Elizabeth Ifediba. She's one of our moderators and she's here live commenting for us. Chisom Ezenwelu Balanli Olabisi Ojo Nwa Buchi Chioma Olayinka Anibi, my wonderful sister. Good evening, ma. Insi Song Godwin, how are you? Adekumi Mary Oluwabukumi. Now, another thing that causes pain during pregnancy for a pregnant woman is this. Infection, urine infection. Urine infection can cause low abdominal pain because the bladder is irritated in pregnancy. During pregnancy, the bladder is compressed and being pushed forward by the enlarged or growing womb. The womb is getting bigger in pregnancy to push the bladder away, and you can't completely empty your bladder. And in life, you must keep flowing. That is why in pregnancy, you must ensure you pee frequently to reduce stasis or urine collected in the bladder because of incomplete emptying. If you don't empty your bladder properly in pregnancy, there's always urine in your bladder. It can cause and be a focus for infection, and it can cause urinary tract infection. Anytime we see urine infection in pregnancy, we treat it aggressively, ensuring that it's totally hacked out and it doesn't cause infection. You're having urine infection in pregnancy, repeated urine infection in pregnancy can lead to preterm labor that can be very, very harmful to baby. That is why if we see urine infection in pregnancy at any point, it must be treated aggressively on time without delay with the appropriate antibiotics. So if you are having pain, burning sensation whenever you go to pee, whenever you go to urinate, they call it in Africa, you must always ensure that your urine is checked out to ensure there's nothing else going on. And number 3, another cause of pain in pregnancy is ovarian cysts. Cysts on the ovary. Cyst on the ovary can cause pain. You see, this is the ovary, left and ovary on the right. The ovary on the right has been sliced open. Okay, the one on the right has been open so you can see more detail. But there are 2 ovaries there. Now, if you have a cyst, a collection of fluid or anything on your cyst, it can cause pain. There are 2 types of cysts that can happen in a woman. There's a normal cyst and there's abnormal cyst. The normal cyst, we call them functional cysts, okay? And the abnormal one, they are complex cysts. That's just a way to make it easy to describe for people listening. What do we call normal cysts in pregnancy? Now, there's a functional cyst, there's hemorrhagic cyst, there are other cysts we call fecal lutein cysts. All the cysts usually, they don't cause problem. You see, whenever you're about to ovulate, there's always a small cyst on your ovary which releases the egg. Sometimes it can contain fluid, it can be what we call functional cyst. Like we have corpus luteal cyst, we have and so on and that. These cysts can cause some pain, but in most cases, they will pop on their own and they won't cause problem. Even also hemorrhagic cysts, okay? Once you're pregnant, if you've had endometriotic cysts before pregnancy, once you're pregnant, they don't become active or cause you problem. Another cyst that can cause pain in pregnancy is the dermoid cyst. The dermoid cyst can be very, very annoying in pregnancy. Dermoid cyst is a complex cyst, but it's benign. Benign means it doesn't cause cancer. It can contain many, many funny particles inside. It can twist on itself. I've seen it twist before. There was a time about 25 weeks, a lady came to hospital. I saw her about 2 years ago. No, 2 or 2.5 years ago. She was in pain, 2 a.m. We scanned her. I saw a tiny separate cyst that there was some waxy material separate on her right ovary. I was confused initially, but after a while, I realized that this one is pregnant, 20 weeks, and this other thing I'm seeing cannot be a baby that is so tiny. Obviously, it was a dermoid cyst, and that dermoid cyst for that lady was twisting and causing her pain. We ended up going to theater the next day to remove that cyst. Okay, she's fine. She had a baby, and baby's okay. Baby's probably about 2 years now. Now, dermoid cyst can twist in pregnancy. Dermoid is D-E-R-M-O-I-D. D for Delta, E for Echo, R for Romeo, M for Mama, O for Orange, I for India, D for Delta. Dermoid cyst. They are cysts like that. They can twist in pregnancy and they can cause pain. They can cause discomfort. Now, what other things can cause pain in pregnancy? Fibroids. Fibroids can cause pain. Now, that's number 4. What is fibroid? You see, if you are a member of ATG, definitely you've come across fibroid before. You've listened to fibroid all the time. We repeat our topics all the time. We say these things consistently. Fibroid, basically, you can see. Look at this womb here. It's been sliced open. This part of the womb that I'm showing you here, look at my pen now. Oh, hang on. See, that is the fibroid there. You see that thing open there? That is a fibroid. That is a fibroid. I always say all the time here, fibroids can be in 3 places in the womb. You see, it can be outside the womb, it can be inside the wall, that red part of the womb, or it can be in the pink part of the womb. That pink part of the womb is the womb cavity. Fibroids that are there, you see, that's this fibroid I'm showing you here, that is a fibroid in the womb cavity. That is a submucous fibroid. Some of them can be plenty and big, and they can disturb implantation and can cause infertility by doing so. Some fibroids are also in the wall of the womb there, in that red part. We call them intramural fibroids. And fibroids that are outside the womb are called subserous fibroids. So outside the womb, subserous, inside the wall of the womb is called intramural, and in the cavity here is called submucous. Now, there are other fibroids too. Fibroids on the cervix, we call cervical fibroids, and fibroids, there can be like that. Now, one thing about fibroid is that they are part of the wall of the womb. As the womb gets bigger in pregnancy, the fibroid will get bigger. We can't remove fibroid during pregnancy. If anybody tries to remove fibroid during your pregnancy, mark my words, if anybody tries to remove fibroid during your pregnancy, that doctor does not know what he or she is doing. Nobody removes fibroid during pregnancy, because by doing that, its answer means you want to cause a miscarriage. Because fibroid is part of the womb, you don't disturb the womb during pregnancy. I've seen people that remove fibroid during cesarean section, cesarean myomectomy, but there's so much bleeding by attempting to do that. So most cases, we don't even venture to remove fibroid during C-section. But I've seen some people do it, but I don't know about it. I wouldn't want to do it, even for my enemy, God forbid. I don't have enemy anyway. I'm just joking. Now, by the way, like I said again, fibroids are part of the wall of the womb. As the womb gets bigger in pregnancy, fibroid will definitely get bigger. Okay? It might cause more pain, which we manage simply by increasing the amount of water you drink consistently every 24 hours and giving you some painkillers that are safe in pregnancy to reduce the pain of fibroid. Now, after a while, the fibroid will go big in pregnancy and can cause pain we call red degeneration or cystic degeneration, and they can cause pain or discomfort. But they don't cause cancer, they don't cause miscarriage, they're just a nuisance in pregnancy, and after a while they disappear. Now, I've mentioned 4 causes of pain in pregnancy. There are more other causes of pain in pregnancy. Definitely, I can't cover everything in a single discussion. I understand you got questions now. I'll take some questions quickly, then we can round up for the night because people are already falling asleep. I can see the numbers dwindling. 1 second. There's a question here from Tosan Pizza Madu. She's asking a question, or is asking a question, what is idotubation? Idotubation is a technique done for infertility where we suspect or we know that the tubes are blocked. In such a case, we force in fluid under pressure into the womb cavity to try and move the fluid into the tubes on both parts, left and right, so that we can flush the tube open. It can be very painful and uncomfortable, and it only works in 1 out of every 4 people, even less. Very, very unpredictable, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. If we suspect damaged tubes, okay, and you're still ovulating, the best thing is to go for IVF quickly. I know IVF is expensive, but that'll be the best thing, to be honest with you. If we suspect compromised or damaged tubes, IVF is the best thing. There's a question here from Chisom Ezenwelu. She's asking a question, what is the best time to check the gender of the baby during pregnancy? The best time or the earliest time, 2 different things. But I'll say if you put best and the earliest together, around 20 weeks, you should be able to see clearly what the gender of the baby is. But it also depends on the skill of the person scanning, on the position of the baby, and also on the on how good the machine is. Okay, good. There's a question, is ovarian cyst with something? I don't get that question from Fidelis Blessing. That question is very short. About ovarian cyst is very short. I don't get that question. Thank you. So I think someone, there's a question here about somebody asking a question that they want to do hormonal profile test, fertility test. Okay, I always tell you, if you want to do your hormonal profile test, best thing is to go to AsktheGynaecologist laboratories in Lagos. I know our laboratory is not everywhere. Don't worry, we're coming somewhere close to Lagos Island soon. So don't panic. But for now, we are physically on the mainland and we are in Agege, Adimosho area in Lagos. We're going to come near you at some point. But if you want to do all your hormonal profile tests, the address is already on the screen. Just come to our office tomorrow, call Nikki or call Dr. Chuma, and then they'll go through all the requirements for you, or all the tests you need to do, and you can get them done at our office. There's a question here by Fabulous Niyot about what causes water in the pouch of Douglas. First of all, what is pouch of Douglas? Pouch of Douglas is what we call rectouterine pouch of Douglas. That's the full name. It's a space between the back of your womb and your bowels. Now, anybody in this world, there will be fluid in your tummy, so that fluid will make your intestine able to move around easily without any problem. We call that fluid peritoneal fluid. Okay? It's not a big deal. Every organ, like the heart and lungs, they have fluid around them. For the heart, we call it pericardial fluid. For the lung, we call it pleural fluid. For the intestine, we call it peritoneal fluid. Okay? It's part of the coelomic formation in the embryology, where our body has 3 cavities so as to become human beings. It's part of human evolution. Now, back to the point. What causes fluid to accumulate between the back of the womb and the intestine, the pouch of Douglas? 1, you might be ovulating. 2, you might have an infection. 3, you might have ectopic pregnancy. 4, you might just be normal. It's normal. So it depends. If I see a woman that's not pregnant, she's ovulating, I see fluid in the pouch of Douglas, that means she just ovulated. If I see a woman that is pregnant, I can see the pregnancy in the womb cavity, and I can see plenty of fluid in the pouch of Douglas and a suspected cyst on the ovary, I think she has ectopic pregnancy. If I see a woman that's having fluid in the pouch of Douglas and I can see offensive discharge in the vagina, suspecting infection, that fluid could be infection, accumulation of pus in the pouch of Douglas. So anything can be in the pouch of Douglas. It depends on the story and on the context. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Is it possible for a woman's womb to fall? Maybe what you mean by is prolapse. Yes. As people age, at the beginning of this lecture, I talked about 4 ligaments that support the womb. As people get older, okay, those 4 ligaments that hold the womb becomes weaker, and the womb can fall, what we call prolapse. Prolapsed womb, okay? That can happen. It's part of aging process, or if you've been having so many children, I don't know what number, or if you have some weakness in your ligament, which is part of your genetic makeup, it can make your womb support weak, and it can make your womb prolapse. To prevent that, avoid having too many children. What is too many children? I don't know. I've seen people that have 6 children and they got prolapse. I've seen people that have 6 children and they got no prolapse. I've seen a woman that has 2 children and she got prolapse. So what number of children you're going to have, I don't know. Regular exercise to tighten your pelvic floor will prevent prolapse, okay? Avoiding chest infection and unnecessary stress in your tummy can reduce the risk of having prolapse. Regular exercise to firm and to tighten up your pelvic floor muscles is very good to prevent prolapse, okay? Doctor, is cramping at 8 weeks normal? You can have some discomfort in your tummy at 8 weeks pregnancy, but if you're having cramping in your tummy at 8 weeks pregnancy, the first thing you must do is to do a scan to ensure that your pregnancy is not ectopic pregnancy. You want to do a scan. If you have cramps in your tummy at 8 weeks pregnancy, just go and do a scan to confirm that the pregnancy is not ectopic pregnancy. At what time do you feel the weight of the baby? We are different. Some people will feel the weight of baby from 8 weeks. Some people will not feel stress until they are 20 weeks. Some will not even feel anything all through pregnancy. So it's a Michelle Egbe Diagba. I don't know how to answer that question. People are different. It depends on what, okay? But usually we start to measure baby's weight from around 20 weeks or 24 weeks and above. Before then, it's not necessary, okay? Some people will feel discomfort of baby's weight earlier in pregnancy. Some will not feel anything at all and they're fine. It all depends. What causes vaginal itching? Allergy to something, allergy to your soap, allergy to your cream, allergy to what you're wearing. Infection can cause itching in your vagina. Thank you so much. What causes pile in pregnancy? Pregnancy itself will make, as baby is getting bigger, baby is pushing your bowels and your bowels cannot move properly. So the food in the bowels, in your intestine is sluggish during pregnancy. Because the food in your intestine moves sluggishly in pregnancy, there's more contact time with your food and your intestinal wall. So your intestinal wall will absorb more water from your food. And because of that increase in transit time of your food content in your intestine, the intestine will absorb more water. You'll be more constipated in pregnancy. It's very common. Ovarian cyst of 3 centimeters, is it concern? If it's causing you pain, it's of concern. But if it's not causing you pain, if the cyst is less than 4 centimeters, it's not a big deal for me. As far as the cyst is a simple cyst, it's not less than 4 centimeters, it's not causing you pain, I'll leave it alone. What's the treatment for PCOS? Weight loss, usually. Metformin if you're diabetic. And does it cause miscarriage? PCOS does not cause miscarriage. Very unlikely. PCOS will probably cause infertility if it's very bad or not treated, but it doesn't cause miscarriage. Okay, good. So thank you everyone for. I have a question here on Instagram. Progesterone level indicates luteal phase insufficiency. HSG shows pelvic addition. What should you do? I'll suggest if your tubes are blocked, just go for IVF, please. IVF. That's the honest answer. Is it normal when your ovulation you feel eggs not moving? How can you feel eggs moving in your ovulation? I've never heard before a person feeling their egg move. How do you feel the egg move during ovulation? Some things I hear, sometimes I'm surprised though. I've never heard a woman feeling the egg move. Maybe it's possible. I won't say it's not possible. I don't know. Maybe I will never know. I don't know. But I've never heard another woman saying that they can feel the egg move in their tube or in their ovary during ovulation. I don't know what that is, to be honest, my sister. White Onyeye, what causes superactive baby in utero? Not moving sometimes. Superactive baby, not moving sometimes. Superactive should mean maybe it's moving too much. But really, in reality, there's nothing called excessive movement. You see, baby will move. After a while, they will rest. Nobody can run around the racetrack 24/7. You must rest, Nisha. So babies will rest. There's nothing called my baby is moving too much. He or she will rest, okay? But what I'm worried about is if you're not feeling any movement at all, you should feel at least 1 or 2 movements every hour. Every 1 hour average, you should feel at least 1 or 2 movements. If you're not feeling any movement at all tonight, at any time, just please, for heaven's sake, don't ask question here. It's an emergency. Go to the hospital and get checked out, okay? They must check for baby's heartbeat, do ultrasound Doppler to check blood flow in the cord, check baby's heartbeat, the fluid around baby, if possible, check baby's weight to know that everything's okay. What causes pain in the right abdomen? Yeah, I forgot to tell you too. People can also have pain in their tummy in pregnancy from appendix problem, appendicitis. So if you got pain in pregnancy in your right lower abdomen, it's important you get checked out for infections and also for appendicitis, okay? Can you take anti-malaria in pregnancy? Yes. In fact, if you don't treat malaria in pregnancy, it can cause miscarriage. So malaria must be treated at any time. Because you are pregnant does not mean you can't treat or you shouldn't treat malaria. Before you got pregnant, you're first of all a human being. Because you are pregnant does not mean you are absolved from treating infection or any disease. Malaria must be treated quickly in pregnancy, as soon as possible. In fact, malaria has power to cause more problems if it infects a pregnant woman. Malaria must be seen as a threat. Malaria must be seen as a bigger problem in the human race in pregnancy. Malaria in pregnancy is a threat and it's a cause for miscarriage. So you got malaria in pregnancy, get treated. So it's a question here that is it possible to get pregnant and you won't know? In first instance, if you're pregnant, that means you don't. If you're pregnant and you don't know you're pregnant, that means you didn't even know you're pregnant in the first place. But that day you know that you are pregnant, then that pregnancy is no more hidden. The day you know that you are pregnant and you've gone for scan, that pregnancy is no more hidden. Up until the time you don't know that you are pregnant and you didn't see baby, you don't know. So there are some things you don't know, you don't know. Again, there are some things you don't know that you don't know. The day you realize that you're pregnant, that pregnancy is no more hidden. I've seen many women, they're pregnant, they're about 25 weeks before they knew they were pregnant in the first instance. I've seen it before. I see one probably every 6 months. It's not renewed. It's not a big deal. But the day they know they are pregnant, that is the end of the I don't know. Spotting in pregnancy can be caused by infection, miscarriage, or threatened miscarriage, okay? Can pile cause pregnancy to go after delivery? Pile has nothing to do with progress or the extent of pregnancy. Pile has nothing to do with progress of pregnancy or progress of labor, and constipation of pile has nothing to do with the duration of pregnancy. Pile or constipation has nothing to do with the duration of pregnancy at any time, okay? So, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I gotta go now, and hopefully you'll catch up again tomorrow, talk about more things like this, okay? And if you missed this video from the beginning, watch it over and over and over again. You'll learn a lot from everything we've discussed tonight. Thank you.